Hello, and welcome live to the Racing Hotspot Special Champions Weekend Preview. I'm your host, Devin Poslusny. Now, on this little short show, we're going to have a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship Preview, a Nationwide Series Preview, and then the Cup Series Preview. The Nationwide and the trucks are more simple, and the Cup Series we're going to do wide expansion. So let's get right into things. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will race tomorrow night at Homestead Miami Speedway on... sorry guys. They will race tomorrow night on Fox Sports 1. Forgot to have this open. My notes from last week. They'll race Friday night, 8 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. That's at Homestead. I know I just repeated myself 3 times. Johnny Sauter is 47 points. We'll just double check on that. 47 points ahead of Ty Dillon. Now, Ty Dillon is really gone. Hold on. 46 points ahead of Ty Dillon. My apologies. 46 points ahead of Dillon. Now, all Johnny Sauter has to do is just start the race and he's the champion. He has no championship wins in NASCAR top 3 series. So, congratulations, Johnny Sauter. He is the champion. Now, one thing people have been asking me, how can Ty Dillon win? Well, I've been thinking about this since I'm a Ty Dillon fan. If Johnny Sauter has to complete 1 lap, he has to go from the start-finish line around to the start-finish line. Johnny Sauter gets wrecked in turn 1, 2, 3, or 4, or on the backstretch. So bad that he has to go to the garage and he DNFs. Austin Dillon can make up a lot of points and get to the win. Now, is that a long shot? Yes, that's a really long shot. Johnny Sauter is one of the best drivers out there in the trucks right now. So, anything is possible. That's what Darrell Waltrip always said, anything can still happen. Now, moving right along. Sorry, the Christmas tree is fresh, guess you could say. Yummy. Okay. NASCAR Nationwide Series here. They end out their season on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. on ESPN at Homestead. Now, Austin Dillon leads Hornish by 8 points. This is the tightest battle going into the championship weekend out of all 3 series. Now, Austin Dillon has no wins this season. Sam Hornish Jr. has 1. And DNF's Sam Hornish Jr. has 1 more than Austin. Austin has 1, Hornish has 2. Now, what this means is most people are probably looking at me saying, what do you mean by DNFs? How is that going to make a difference? Sorry. It'll make a difference because if you look at the DNFs, guaranteed, Sam Hornish Jr. and Austin Dillon have had their share of wrecks, right? Guaranteed. They've been taken out of races. But if you look at Sam Hornish Jr.'s team, and I know I'm pointing at here, but it's really on this side of your screen, since they have 2 DNFs, what does that tell you about the team? And I know people watching this are saying, wait, what? What do you mean? It means they're not fast enough workers. If the entire rear end housing of the car is destroyed, let's just say that Jimmy Johnson's team would be able to repair that good enough and get the back out on the track. Austin Dillon's team shows that they can because they only have 1 DNF. Meaning, they get in the wall, front end's destroyed, they go to the garage, and the team goes, let's go, go, get it done, get it fixed. They get it fixed, as soon as it's fixed, they're back on the track gaining points. Yes, you know what, they finished 30th. They finished 34th. They finished deep in the pack, almost DNFing. But they still got out there to get points. Sam Hornish Jr., that 1 race more than Austin Dillon, he DNF'd. That shows, that is 1 race worth more. Let me rephrase that. Hornish has 2, Dillon has 1. The difference is one race with DNFs. Now that's one race worth of points that Sam Hornish Jr. missed. Now, some people would say, since I'm an Austin Dillon fan, I'm leaning more toward Austin. I'm sorry, I am, but you know what? I'm not going to show that. I still think Sam Hornish Jr. has this. Austin Dillon could go out on Saturday and Homestead, lead 50 laps, and then blow an engine, and Sam Hornish Jr. could lead the rest of the race and win the championship. So anything can still happen. Now the Cup Series. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little bit more complex. Jimmie Johnson, we'll start off from the top. Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson is your points leader. He's a 5-time champion, as you all know. He has 3 top 5s this at Homestead and 6 top 10s. Now notice, he has no wins at Homestead. His best finish is 2nd, believe it or not. His average finish at Homestead is 12. It's 12.7, and his best finish is 2nd. Now let's look at his 2nd place opponent. Matt Kenseth is 28 points back. See how Nationwide Series was closest? Because Kenseth is 28 points. He's the 2003 champion. Yes. One championship compared to 5. Gotta lay it out a little bit. He has 2 top 5s in Homestead and 3 top 10s. And his average finish is 19th. Now, we're even going to go as far back as 3rd. Kevin Harvick is 32 points out from the lead. Now, what does this mean? 34. He is still in this. He is still able to get there. He's still able to win this. Matt Kenseth goes out. Jimmie Johnson goes out, blows an engine. Last 2 years, he's had bad days. In 2011, he was way out of the championship. Not even going to do anything. He had a bad day at Homestead. I think he hit the wall. Last year, he blew an engine. Or sorry, he did an engine. Had an engine issue and DNF'd. Matt Kenseth comes up. Okay. Johnson's out of this. Johnson's gone. It's our race to lose. He blows an engine early in the race. Look at this. The closer comes right in. He has no championships. He has 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s at Homestead, and his average finish is 8th. Out of all 3, who's got the best? Harvick. If you look at the top 5s, Johnson has 3. Kenseth has 2. Harvick has 4. Top 10s, Johnson has 6. 3 is Kenseth. Kenseth has 3, and Harvick has 7th. And the average finishes, Johnson has an average finish of 12th, Kenseth 19th, and Harvick's 18th. Yes, you know what? He's 3rd, but anything can still happen, guys. Jimmie Johnson could start doing qualifying tomorrow, qualify deep in the pack. Heck, he could wreck in practice tomorrow and go to a backup car, and the backup car is nowhere as good as his primary. Anything can still happen, and that's the thing, and I don't mean to be rude, but that's the thing I'm stressing, guys. Anything can still happen in this championship. So don't start going like this. I'm throwing my chips over there. I'm going to put all my chips on Johnson. Anything is still feasible. People in Vegas, you can do whatever you want, but to be honest, I'm going with the underdog, Kevin Harvick. That's my championship pick. Now, speaking of picks, championship Racing Hotspot Points Championship picks going into Homestead. We didn't show this last week on the show because we were not here. Here's your picks. Jeff Gordon's in 5th, Clay Boyer's in 4th. This is mine. Boyer for 4th, Kenseth for 3rd, Edwards for 2nd, Jimmie Johnson for the win. Dave has Greg Biffle for 5th, Jeff Gordon for 4th, Kevin Harvick for 3rd, Jimmie Johnson for 2nd, and Matt Kenseth for the win. Now that is your points championship. Now, people are probably looking at me going, so, what's the issue? The issue is, that championship is, stand by, 22 points. Anything can still happen there. Let's just throw it in. This is the championship weekend preview. Dave has 528. I have 504, and I've swept Dave since race 3 of the chase. What does this mean? Dave's better have a rabbit's foot for the clover this weekend. I need all the above to pass him. Now, we did not announce this on Facebook yet, but we will now. We will now. If Matt Kenseth wins the championship, right? Dave has Matt Kenseth for the championship. I have Clint Boyer for the championship, and Artie has Carl Edwards. Obviously, Artie's out of this. He's 13th in points, Edwards. I'm out of this. He's 8th. Dave isn't the best running. Now, since Artie's not a part of this, he doesn't get any points. But we've decided to do this. And Davey hasn't even heard about this yet. But me being the executive producer and executive principal, I guess, of the show, if Matt Kenseth wins this championship, Kenseth wins the championship. Hold on one second, I gotta put this down on a sticky note this way I don't lose it. He'll get 5 points, Dave. If he gets highest points, he'll get 3 points. Sorry for that. So, let's say this. Harvick wins this championship, right? And Kenseth falls back to 2nd, 3rd, I don't know. And Boyer or Edwards, obviously not, aren't ahead of him. Dave will still get 3 points. But if Matt Kenseth wins this championship, he gets 5 points. Now, 2nd highest gets 2 points. And then 3rd highest will get 1. And then 4th, which we'll have a 4th player next year. Oops. Don't yell at me. We'll get 0 points. So there you go. That's how this is going to play. So, Dave gets... We'll explain it more on Weekend Roundup. But that will do it for us. Now, yeah. Thank you so much for joining us here to the special championship preview, ladies and gentlemen. Join us this Sunday where Dave will be right here, hopefully. Dave and I break down the entire championship weekend for you guys. Tomorrow night is the truck race, as we all know. I am going to be following that race with the Racing Hotspot. Follow the race live on Facebook. Check that out, facebook.com/racinghotspot. But until we see each other for Weekend Roundup, enjoy the racing this weekend. NASCAR ends their season. Formula 1 is in the United States. Until we see each other then, goodbye.
Little girl, you like it loud, come alive.